Croydon Chats is powered by TBXH, more than just a workspace. It's a thriving community built on collaboration, connection, and shared growth, home to businesses, creatives, and innovators shaping Croydon every day. Discover more at tbxh.co.uk. Today on Croydon Chats, we are joined by Noelle Mapianda. I am so excited for this conversation. Noelle, welcome to Croydon Chats.
Thank you so much for having me.
So let's get started and delve into this conversation, because you are a little bit of not a chameleon, you're an octopus. I'm not quite even sure how to describe you, because there are so many different facets to how amazing you are, how multifaceted and multi-passionate you are. So by day, you are a senior analyst. Yes. By night, you wear a different cape altogether. You obviously have a scientific background in chemistry.
Yeah. Oh boy, you know everything about me.
I did my research,
wow.
Noelle. And obviously, you're a senior analyst in commercial crime services in London. Mm-hmm. You've been doing that for over a decade?
Yes, 12 years now.
Wow. And you're an accomplished author. So tell me, first of all, because the book has got such an interesting title, Queen, Get Your Mojo Back. Yes. How do you transition from analyst to author?
Wow. Well, I mean, where do I begin? Thank you so much for having me once again. So the book came as a result of becoming a mum whilst being at work. So I had been working for at least, I would say 8 years.
Wow.
And all I knew was work, my professional career. And then though I got married, but then we decided to just, one day we have a family. So it was not like an immediate, thing to do. And then after becoming a mum, I had no idea, the expectations and the changes. So I knew, obviously, your body might change. That's normal. But, in my professional work, so I had no idea, for instance, things like maternity leave, because, it did not concern me, then.
Yes.
So then I was trying to find out things whilst I was already pregnant. So a bit too late, I would say, because then it was very hard, to make some, adjustments.
Yeah.
I didn't know, how much, I'd be making, I'd be getting paid, SMP, I didn't even know what SMP was. So until, again, maternity leave. So things were not quite good, I would say. And then the worst part was after I had gone back to the office, and I felt like I was just a completely different person. So from the way I was being addressed. So, for instance, when you go back, the first thing they'll ask, how are the kids? And I was like, hold on. I'm here
How
too.
am I?
Thank you, So I just became invisible.
Right.
And that really, affected me. And also my own work was also affected, because I forgot how to be like an employee. Certain things that were just mundane or automatic to do, my brain just, wouldn't process certain things. And then I thought, okay, what's happening to me? I'm definitely losing it,
Yeah.
So all those concerns. And then personally as well, the things I was able to do, easily, I couldn't do. I.e. just being, acting on impulse. That was now hard to do, just deciding to do things on your own terms. So my life actually took a 180.
Wow.
And I didn't understand how. And then because I'm an analyst, my job is to find out, so to investigate. And then whenever, we're going through things, the first point of contact is family. I said, okay, let me try to ask. And that was the biggest mistake I'd done. So I gone back, I said, people in my community, I feel like I'm losing myself. What is going on? And then the responses was, you have one child and you're complaining? I was like, hold on. I know I'm going through something, So I felt ignored, but I did not give up. I said, okay, let me just go outside my comfort zone, just to ask other people. Because I felt like maybe I'm the only one, but surely there could be someone else. And then that will validate my feelings, Yeah. So I designed a questionnaire. I approached so many women online, everywhere really. I had at least 30. And then everyone had the same complaint that obviously there was a shift in identity.
Yeah.
And then some of them felt like, they were becoming someone they did not want to become. And I was like, oh, that's true. Because things like even looking after yourself was hard. I'm African, so you cannot leave your house without having a shower. Mm-hmm. That's how we brought up. Mm-hmm. And then female hygiene is a must.
Yes.
From like a young age, you're already shown how to look after yourself, how to
Yeah.
clean up after yourself.
Yeah.
But I just had no energy in this body, so I was just so overwhelmed. And then everything changed, so I couldn't take care of myself. I had to cut my hair. So I went like
Yeah.
starting over. So
Yeah.
things were just shifting, and I was just going through those battles. But the sad thing is like you feel inadequate as a mom, and you feel like, oh, maybe I'm failing. Maybe I'm not good at this particular thing. Because I said, at work, I know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
But at home, I'm a complete
Yeah.
failure. And that was terrible. But like I felt some comfort, like, when I had asked others, which was nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then all the responses that I had heard from them, I said, oh, this is a thing. Why isn't it spoken about, at work, in a community? Why are we not allowed to express our feelings? Because being strong and independent is not helpful all the time. So being independent does not mean like, you cannot seek after help and things like that. Yeah. So I had all those like, souls to cook with. I said, you know what? I have to do something with it. Then the best way was just, to write.
Wow.
And yeah, that's how the book came out of it. Yes. And it was amazing because through it, I had met a coach who helped me like, write the story. But then she was like, Noelle, yes, you're voicing yourself as well as other women, but we want you to also mention you as like, you have to go through yourself. Like, how did your motherhood experience was with your own mom? And also like, go back. So it's a parallel.
Like therapy.
Yeah, it was. Like,
yes.
It is still. Yeah, I mean, it was just nice because I had to go back in time to think, okay, how did my parents manage, like, when they were my mom? How did she manage, when, being from Congo? So then, the experiences. So the parallel was just interesting because obviously the culture is different. Everything is different. And yeah, so because I came here when I was 16. Yeah. So old enough to understand, but at the same time young enough not to care, because motherhood is like, oh yeah, it will happen one day. But when then I became, it was just like a shock.
Oh,
yeah. So that's like in a nutshell.
Yeah, yeah. What is if you were to describe the book in one sentence, what is it?
More than a mum.
More than a mum. I love that. I love that. And I can identify as well because I remember I came from the construction industry and a very senior role. And yes, just trying to find yourself and navigate and just trying to just function afterwards is it's quite challenging. So you come from quite an accomplished career. So what exactly is your day job? What do you do as a senior analyst?
So as an analyst, my job consists of checking documents. So I carry out due diligence checks for banks. So these are known as, bills of lading. So like a letter of credits, all those things. So, so our job just to check. So we check and then report on like, every research, found. Yeah. So like, a bit like, investigative work.
Yes.
Yeah, it's interesting, but that's what we do.
That's really, really interesting.
Thank you.
And I love how you actually were able to adapt those skills, Noelle, and use the data and look for patterns in what was happening in your own life, which has obviously brought together that experience of motherhood and then returning to work. What would you say were the biggest lessons and positive takeaways that if you could impart like one piece of advice to a professional woman who's been accomplished in their career, that has gone through, a life change like yourself, how do you reestablish or reaffirm your ground and find, just find your mojo, essentially?
Yeah, so finding your mojo is so important. So what you do is like you have to go back and then ask yourself, like, who was I before I became this person? And then, nowadays people are having their children later. So because like we're focused in our careers, which is okay, but is unfortunate because then we are having to give a lot of our energy and days and, years in this particular job. And then when we want to do something else, i.e. becoming, like a parent, things can be shaky, so you can lose your jobs. There's so many things, and then some people are even scared, like to kind of take that risk. Yeah. So what I would suggest is like you need to know what you want first of all, because not everyone is called to be a parent. I wanted to become. The only mistake I'd done, like I was not prepared in other aspect. My body was mentally, I said, yeah, I'm ready for this change, but I was not aware of the other implication, i.e. my work and all those kind of things and my social life, So it's to make peace and then to know that, what, this is what I've chosen to do. And then I'm ready for these changes, come as you want,
Wow.
but I'm ready because like if you have that mindset, then it's easier. That means any hurdle, like, hurdle that, that you might come across,
Yeah.
I mean, you won't be terrified. So basically, like, walking through the storm, knowing that, it's going to be stormy, but I am still going to walk through it. And then when it comes to your job, obviously, you can find some, like, a role that accommodates that because some companies are good, but mine is good-ish, So like, I mean, they've offered me flexibility, which is nice.
Fantastic.
So it's good to know because if you know like what you're looking for, then perhaps that will help you, navigate those.
And advocate for yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're clearly a role model and see some kind of level of responsibility in your own journey that this is not, you're not navigating this alone, but you want to teach and share and create a community around you. So more locally and closer to home in Croydon, you've actually created a Businesswomen's Circle.
Yes.
So what is that all about?
Okay, thank you. So Businesswomen's Circle is my second baby.
Yes. Oh, okay.
I mean,
that is so true.
Oh
though.
God, I'm very proud of that venture. So I had the book, so that's where everything started. Then after having the book, I did not have an audience. And then when I went on my second maternity leave, now I knew what to do, but I had a product. But like the message still, resonated. I said, this has to be heard. So the aim was for me to get into a corporate world just to start the conversation.
Yeah.
So the idea was not to condemn companies or our male counterpart, but just to just to allow the information to be known, and then to help organizations or businesses to be more open, to things like this, flexibility. Also, just being aware. For instance, I want to answer your question, but there was this one particular friend of mine. She works like for a very, very big bank, and then she didn't know she was pregnant, and then I was not planned. And went and informed the manager. And as she was talking, the manager, a male, just said, oh, like, I think it's too early. I mean, there's not guarantee that you end up having a baby anyway. And then that was very unprofessional because number one, it's not your place. And number two, that's very hurtful. Like, why will you even say that? You understand? So so those
Wow.
So again, people are not, educated. They don't know how to take care of like female that are pregnant or are intending or becoming, because for some people the journey is very difficult. Through the book I've learned people that are struggling with fertility. So it's a very sensitive topic. Just because you're seeing someone senior who is not a parent, that don't mean that they don't want, others are willing but just unable to conceive. So there's so many things hidden, and then it's just for us to have that empathy and also like emotional intelligence. So those are the things I wanted to bring. But I'm not there yet. So the book was there, not a platform. Then I attended like a networking event in Shoreditch.
Okay.
And when I'd gone, we had this one particular lady that came and just speak about, life. And she said that everyone has a business. So everything she said, I cannot remember a thing, but I just heard the business part. I was like, hold on, business, how?
Yes.
I went to her and said, thank you for your talk, but I'm triggered. I don't know why, but you saying everyone has a business, I don't see how I have a business. Then she said, okay, what do you have? I said, I've got a book. She said, but that's a business. I said, oh, I didn't see it that way, So my mind started changing then. And then she was like, there's nothing I can do. I cannot help you, but you can start looking for people that are looking for podcast guests. I said, is there such a thing? She said, yes.
Yes,
So,
there is. You are
Thank
here.
you, thank you.
Yes.
So I didn't even know. And then when I went back home, I started just, researching, podcast guests. Then I stumbled upon one in Ashford. Then this lady, all she does is business women. So then I booked a call with her and then she interviewed me. She said, I'm already past menopause.
Okay.
Your book does not concern me, but I have got grandchildren and I still think people will resonate. So I would like to have you. And then that started giving me confidence. Okay, so it's good to know that someone is believing in you. And then she had never seen me, just over the phone.
A stranger willing to connect and have a conversation.
And that made me feel so special, and then had gone all the way to Ashford and I had my 3-month-old baby. went there. It was
Wow.
nice. But then she also happened to be organizing business, like networking events. She said, I would like you to come and exhibit. I said, okay, now it's moving from me just coming to,
Yes. So
podcast.
it's broadened your
Exactly,
horizon.
exactly.
Yes.
And I'd gone there. It
Yeah.
was in Kent. I was mind blown by what I saw. It was over the summer in a school, the entire school, all the floors. So imagine all the
Wow.
canteens, 3 floors
Yeah.
were filled with just women with their businesses. Every table was a business. And then they had like, talks in between where they had like, lady experts to come and, share about a particular topic. And I was like, boy, this is good.
Yes.
So I was, just inspired from that. I came back, driving back. I said, I'm going to do the same thing, literally. So I come back to Croydon. I've never seen something like this in Croydon. And it's nice, like, when female are giving that female energy, So you're
Yes.
just supporting and everyone comes, this is good. I mean, your product doesn't have to be good, but when someone tells you that it's good, he does something to you, right?
Yes.
So I felt like, oh yeah, I'm something, I have something because I
Yes.
did not believe in it.
Yes.
But then I started believing, okay, strangers are saying, long story short, I came back 2023, I said, I'm going to do the same thing in Croydon.
Wow. You
Then-
saw there was a gap in the market.
Yes, I saw there was a gap.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I didn't feel qualified, but I just had the urge. So it's something where listening to yourself, I was like, I can do this. I knew I could, but I didn't know how. Then I went back to the lady. I said, oh, thank you, but I would like to do what you did, and not for a permission, just for a guidance.
Yeah.
But I don't think she understood what I meant. Oh, she was like, oh, I'll try to come. But I'm like, I'm not inviting you to come. I'm looking for tips, But anyway, so me being stubborn, I just put an ad. I said, guys, I'm organizing a business women exhibition in Shirley. And then even the lady in Shirley, like I used that was my first
Yes.
area. That's near your place, right? Yeah. So there's a lady there, she's Italian, very, very strong lady. She was like, what is this? I went back, I said, I've got this, blah, blah, blah. I would like, and she said, I've never heard this thing before, but because it's women, I will support.
Okay.
Then she gave me the whole to use. So that
Wow.
day, and then prior to this, so it was about September, I put the ad, people were interested, but then hesitant, which makes sense.
Yeah.
They're like, oh,
It's something new.
exactly.
Yeah.
For those that knew me, said, Noelle, we know you. You don't do this. What is going on? I'm like, listen, I'm sure I know what to do. So long story short, I had to beg a few people, but they came.
Okay.
And that community center was filled. I've got like a picture of cars outside. When I saw it, I said, Noelle, I did this. People came from everywhere to come in to my thing. I was like, whoa, this is good.
Yes.
And that's where it all started. So the
Right.
name, I said, okay, Business Women's Circle was the idea of me having a platform where I've got other ladies, other queens around who have a business, also looking for a platform to come and exhibit.
Okay.
So that's where everything started. And 3 years this year. So
3
I'm
years.
so
Wow. And so where are
grateful.
you now?
So we use the shopping center.
Okay.
Croydon Shopping Center. We're in Santra as well as Whitgift Shopping Center.
Okay, so
Yes.
you really are using the Croydon footprint. What kind of businesses get involved in Business Women's Circle
We
and
have
exhibit?
all kind. Women are very creative, that's what I'm learning. And then, again, going back to motherhood, some people are having to change their careers or using what they had acquired from their careers and then starting a business. So I come there to service, to offer them like a platform to either have
Yeah.
a service to share or a business. So businesses could be a service, you could be a coach, and then, you want a store.
Yeah.
Because being at a shopping center is amazing. You're getting people that are there already. So food for is great because you're already
Yeah.
there. So
Yeah.
you are a station or place where people can already come and find you.
Yes.
And then also because we host 28 every month, so you're getting to see different people every time.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's easier to network because you're
Yeah.
there for the entire day. We're
Yeah.
there from 8 o'clock to 7 p.m.
My goodness. And it's interesting that the types of people so people to stop and have a chat and
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
Like, I was telling someone, I feel like I'm becoming like a therapist, because you'd be shocked like how many people that come.
yeah.
But that just from the vendors, the exhibitors. Others come from the Midlands. They come from everywhere just to come and exhibit.
Really? Wow.
Because in their mind, which makes sense, they're just looking for exposure, visibility.
Yeah.
So I would drive for 3 hours, 2
Yeah.
hours just to be there.
Yeah.
Because I know in doing so, I'm connecting with a new, audience. because I might not be here physically, but then by them knowing or testing what I'm selling, it could be like handmade products,
Yes.
perfumes, anything, beauty, fashion is very popular,
Yeah.
you know. And they could come back as future customers online,
Definitely.
you know. So that's the rationale,
That's
and I'm really
great.
loving it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. You've obviously spoken about how Business Women's Circle began and, you know, what first made you think that this is needed. What makes women-only led spaces different in terms of networking and selling?
I mean, women were very chatty. I mean, albeit some are shy, but creating an environment where everyone is valued, because just by coming, you're coming as a business person. Whether you're at the beginning stage or season one, all you know, I'm coming to sell, to trade,
Yeah.
and customers are coming appreciating what I'm doing. That alone is a win.
Mm.
And then being there as well, you're learning from others because you've got like different levels. So you are there, you're sharing, because you cannot spend a day with someone. I mean, you might not like them, but you will talk to them by default. Because they'll come and ask you, oh, how did you start? You know, what's your story? So you're constantly having to share your story, how you started, and your passion. And then the glow I see, you know, from their faces, just to be proud of being there. To me, like, you know, that's
Yeah.
definitely, you know, worthwhile.
Yeah.
And then women, we are very creative. So you could be a senior, you know, in your office, but you're a great cook. You know, you can bake cakes. And every time, like, you know, there's an event in the office, you bring those cakes. People are like, oh, this is nice.
Yeah.
That's a business.
Yes.
So others are having to find out. And when you're coming in saying, oh, we have things in common. You know, I know I'm a great organizer. I know how to look after children. I know how to counsel. So all those kind of small gifts that we have, you know,
You're teaching them how to monetize it.
I mean, I
Yeah.
am teaching them indirectly.
Yeah.
Because they're not coming to me teaching them, okay, I think you're good at this. I might have like, you know, one-on-one conversation, but it's more like in them witnessing what others
Yeah.
are doing.
Yes.
And then them having the courage, because I always give it like first timers, oh, I wasn't sure this is for me, or I've got this. So it's like they're seeing themselves through others. And then
That's
to
great.
me, that's great.
I love that. I love that. And I think in the age of social media and tech, you know, there is a lot of celebritized entrepreneurialism. What you're essentially creating, what I'm hearing, is you're creating real life community role models that are quite, it makes that more attainable and that being able to aspire to that more approachable.
Yeah.
What have you learned about life, you know, in terms of work-life balance and intuition from this journey you've been on?
Well, what can I say? Intuition for me is my compass, because becoming a mom, I learned that, especially like, first time, I didn't know what to expect. All I knew, I would become pregnant. And then throughout the pregnancy, the body knew what to do. And I was just flabbergasted, you know? So it was not too late. So it was on time.
Yeah.
Even when I felt like, oh, this baby is taking long to come.
Yeah.
But I was told when the baby is ready, they will come. And I took it lightly until it happened. So both of my children were overdue. But it makes sense, because whenever things worked in coordination, they came.
Yeah.
So I'm having to learn in my life as well, because, I mean, we have those like spiky senses like within ourselves. I mean, you know when you feel something, but most of the time we tend to quiet that voice. It's more like, I'm feeling about, I don't think so. But if you can just yield and, you know, maybe submit to the voice sometimes, it could, not every voice, of course, but like when it's something within reasons and you can feel like this is, it's calling me. Yeah, you have to listen to it. So intuition to me is like, like I said, my compass, definitely.
Do people at work know about all these other sides of Noelle, or do you keep it quite compartmentalized?
So I initially wanted to be hidden. Unfortunately, my bosses don't know. I hope not.
Well, they will now after this podcast.
I know. But with my colleagues, some of them do. Because, I mean, prior to that, some of them we are friends on social media as well. So they do see my post. And then when I started, I didn't think I would take it, you know, I mean, I'll be still in it. So I thought it would be just like a one-off thing and, you know, just to prove to myself, I can do it, you know, kind of feeling.
Yes.
And then I invited some of them. You know, so some of them are aware.
Okay.
But I tend to minimize who I'm friends with simply because,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh my, just listening to you speak, Noelle, it's almost as everything that you're so talented and accomplished, and everything that you accomplish sounds like, oh, it's a surprise. Like, I can do this. I can do this. But there seems to be this very silent ambition that runs through everything that you do. What is your vision for what's next, and where you can take Businesswoman Circle, for example? What is it that you'd like to achieve with it?
Well, thank you for the compliment first. Like, okay, accomplished. Okay, thank you. I don't think so. Thank you very much. So, like I said, I didn't know I'll end up doing what I'm doing because I had my other, dreams and aspirations. But then becoming a mum has just shaped, and changed everything.
Yes.
But I'm happy because sometimes we have to go through certain, not issues, but certain paths in order to discover, the other sides.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that I'm discovering this part of me that I did not think I had. Now that I'm in it, I'm enjoying every bit because I'm learning a lot. So I'm learning a lot about women. Like I said before, I feel like a therapist simply because these women, some of them are regulars, and then they're learning to trust you. And then because they come early, and then a lot of them are going through issues. So I do hear a lot of stories of, violence at home, domestic violence, and others have issues with their children and, kids with special needs. And, there's so many things going on. And then just having someone that just listens. So when they will come, they just offload because now, you're build that rapport. They know they can't trust. I mean, they're not doing it intentionally, but like when you're just comfortable with someone, you will tell them things without knowing. So I see tears, I see laughter, everything in there. And then because of that, although it was small in my eyes, I see beyond just me having this space. So it's more like, oh, you're giving people space to breathe.
Yeah.
Because others have nothing to do. But like when they're coming, they know they're coming to trade, but it's also like a day off, away from the kids, away from, their everyday things. Oh, at least I'm going somewhere else where I'm not relaxing as such, but, I'm there, just me. I'm expressing me, I'm doing me.
Yeah.
And then because of that, I would like to continue, because I also do networking events once a year.
Okay.
So to commemorate the anniversary. So it's a way of me having not the market side, but like, the educational side where I have, I invite experts. So again, using what I learned over there.
Yes.
But I wasn't able to apply it. I always catch up with it every time. So like this year we have one theme is audacity.
Audacity,
Yes.
okay.
So then I'll invite people that, I think will be interested to come and speak to us, over lunch. Yeah. So those are the things that I intend doing, because then they can dress up, which is nice. But the vision is to definitely make it bigger, conferences, and then definitely motherhood, because everything can be merged, because I understand not everyone is a mum, but it's just that confidence, those kind of talks and having retreats.
Amazing.
I think we need retreats as just human beings.
Yeah. Love that. How diverse is your community in terms of age, ethnicity, and backgrounds?
Yeah, so when I started, it was just, I was just targeting women. There was no age as such. But as we're progressing, I do get a mixture, but I'll say like 40% are definitely older women, like plus 50 plus. And then the rest are just in between. But again, because I do the vetting, I also take that into consideration. How many people are represented, So I try to reach everybody so that when you're coming, you feel, also like, because some people will come when they feel like, represented, So that also is taken into consideration. Unless obviously I can't find anybody else. But because we're there every month, people know that we are there.
Yeah. And
then the vetting process becomes easier because people volunteer now. I would like to come and do. I'm like, okay, this is nice. Whereas before, I had to chase after them. Like, please come.
I get that.
We have that. But so they're getting the value. And then because we're outside and we are very loud when we're there. So we have to blast music because we need the attention.
You need to grab people's attention.
Yeah, and I was nervous because this sport, this site is new. Well, new to us because Central was the main site. And then being just in front of River Island, we thought that, oh my God, they might be complaining. Then the manager came out and said, "Oh, are you the one organizing this thing?" I said, "Oh no." What is she going to say? She was like, "You guys are loud." I said, "Yes, but guess what? I love it." I was like, "You love it? Okay, that's nice."
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
she said, like, you guys bring the crowd to us too.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
You're good for business.
Yeah, and
yeah.
that just makes our day. When we are there, we don't care about the volume no more.
What are some standout events or collaborations that feel like some turning points for the community?
One of them was with the Croydon Smile Hub. So somebody saw me doing my thing as always, and then asked, "Okay, we'd like to do this for the community." So we did one, I think in May. I can't remember, but yeah. So it was just outside, that venue. I don't know if you know it. It's just outside London Road. Yeah. So that was nice.
Fantastic.
Because just for the community, for them to come and see, like,
Yes.
same setup, but for the community.
Yeah.
And that was amazing to see. Yeah. So I would love to do more of that too.
Yeah.
Because at the shopping center, it's commercial. So it's not free. People are paying to be there. It's a business. So, yeah. So that you have to sell a given amount of tables for you to be able to, get the money to pay.
Yeah.
Because my business MO is the business pays for itself.
100%.
So because of that, it's very strict. But community, yeah, come, do your thing, yeah.
Absolutely. See, obviously, there's regular pop-ups that you do. So you've spoken about Whitgift and other Croydon venues. What does good partnership look like for you? Because obviously, your success is built around partnership and collaborations.
I mean, the partnership at the moment is just with the traders because they're the one that trust in the process. And then for them to keep on coming, it must be working for them.
Yeah.
And then obviously, I'm not there to monitor how much they're making, but I can see that is good because some of them are expressive. They will tell you, "Oh, today was a good day," Like, okay, that's nice.
Good.
"Oh, I'm sold out today," So you hear things like you're like, "Oh, wow, sold out."
Fantastic.
But the amazing thing is that because people that are passing, you don't know who is who. Others are getting contracts that are not even do with me. Like there was this one particular lady, she was having a bad day. Like, oh, nobody, just people just coming for window shopping, but nobody's actually spending. She was just moaning to me again. I get everything, the good, the bad, and the ugly. "Oh, Noelle, today is not great." I'm like, "Yeah, it's fine."
But that's the reality of business.
Exactly. And then towards like the end of the day, she was like, "Oh, Noelle, can I give you a hug?" I said, "Boy, because I'm a hug person, so every day come." So then we just hugged. She was so happy. I said, "What happened?" "Oh, you cannot believe what happened." So there was a lady that works for a law firm. She likes what she was doing and asked her to come and exhibit in their law firm, obviously for them to buy.
Yes.
And she says, "This is great because the money she will make there might not be compared to what she will make." And then the other one was like, "Oh, I'm not selling today, but I've got like 25 orders of what online from my side." So she's there,
yes,
but she's making money without selling what she has, but what she has online.
Yeah.
So you hear those like success stories.
Brilliant.
I'm like, "Oh, this is good."
Brilliant.
A bit jealous, but
But
yeah.
that's the data of validating actually what you're doing works, which is fabulous. How has the definition of success changed for you since you launched your book and obviously Businesswoman Circle?
Ooh, that's a tough question. I mean, for the book, success would have meant me having to do workshops, the corporate. But at the same time, I'm learning to be flexible and not just to focus on the corporate, just to, everybody needs to be educated or to be reminded of, what's going on. And the story is spoken about now better, more than before. And everyone who comes to my pop-up will see my books as well, exhibited, if I have it space. Most of the time I do not, but they know who Noelle is.
Yes.
They know that the business is kind of associated with the book. And to me, that's like free marketing. So I'm happy that it's going through, that process. And then I mentioned about, having the partnership with the Croydon Hub, Smile Hub. I also got offered to do a relaunch of the book.
Oh, wow.
I know.
Fantastic.
So, yeah, those are opening, But then, so again, it's about just being there. I'm learning just to be present because by your presence, things can actually fall into place. So if I were to do my own launch, it's expensive, but being sponsored, which is amazing.
Great.
You know, because like the most expensive thing is the venue. Anything else could be managed, but the venue, you know. So yeah, I'm glad. But from the business side, success is to always have, all the tables filled. That to me, like, that's success so far. And also, like, whenever I organize like the networking events, the women are also understanding the value, then them attending, that will be success.
Yeah.
At the minute, it's 50-50. But at least like when it comes to the selling part. But I think people like, what's beneficial to them. They know they're coming to trade, they're the ones selling. So, it's my thing. When is your thing? They're more like, reluctant. But I get it. But yeah, I guess I just need to have more people as well. But so far, I'm glad.
Yeah.
So being there every time, that's success. And thank you to the shopping center for trusting.
Yeah.
Trusting us.
And you're showing, consistency and visibility, and consistent visibility is quite key.
Yeah.
You've got to just keep on showing up,
absolutely.
keep on showing up, because you just never know. You might hit that moment that everything just falls into
I'm waiting for
place.
that aha moment.
I don't, what, I think we're all waiting for that aha moment. What do you tell women when they feel like, oh, it's too late, I've left it too late to start something?
I always tell them, like, the time is today. So just because you're starting it at that particular age, does not mean it's late. It just meant that you had to, to do it then, because you're good at things that others are still aspiring to do.
Yeah.
So, you've run marathons that some of us are yet to run, perhaps.
Yes.
So that means we're just exchanging roles. So you are coming to start where I am successful at, and I'm going to where you were. So that's where collaboration again works, because we see our strengths and weaknesses. And then if we see the glass half full, then we understand that, I'm not late. I'm just I'm new in this particular.
I'm new.
Yeah.
I like that.
But I'm good at this. So that's why everyone has something to offer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always encourage them. Like, I've got people that are retired that come to my thing. And to me, that's humbling too, because having their age, some of them could be my mom's, my grandparent.
Yeah.
To see them trust is, I'm not small, but the African, most of them, they'll be like, this small girl.
Yes.
They'll come and say,
The aunties
it's
are
you.
coming.
Yeah,
Yes.
they'll be like, you're the one. I said, who did you expect to see? Like, no, I just thought, because, when that, most of them, they have no idea, the face behind the business. So when they're coming, they'll be like, I didn't know who to expect.
Yes.
And when you came, I was like, but you're young. I said, what do you mean? Yeah. And this was very funny, because I got invited to do a talk in London South Bank University, which was incredible. I was very nervous. But, the group of people that had hired the university were mostly like in the 60s. So, they're all into business, and they were discussing trade. So they wanted me to go and share my expertise. I didn't think I was qualified. I was like, they said no. According to them, we checked your information on
your credentials.
Yeah,
you're qualified to be in this
they
room.
said according to ChatGPT.
That's it.
That's what. And when she said that, I said, okay, send me what they said. And I said, okay. They said, yes, so you qualify, so you're coming. Funny enough, I went and, so I was asking to talk about vision of trade. I was like, okay, interesting. So it was good to be professional.
Yes.
But then when I finished, they were like, you're so young, because they're all like older. But I said, this is nice, because I'm humbled that you see me. Feel to come and share.
Definitely.
But they say the same thing, like, we all have something to offer.
That's it.
And I really respect that. So there's no age.
There's no age.
No age.
And there's always intergenerational learning opportunities.
Yeah.
Noelle, I have some rapid fire questions for you.
Okay.
So don't overthink this. Just tell me the first thing that comes into your head.
Okay.
One word that describes Croydon's women entrepreneurs.
Fun.
Fun. Oh, I like that. Book first or business first?
Oh, this is hard. Okay, I'll go with business.
Business. It's always business, isn't it?
Yes, it has to be.
Morning writing or late night planning?
Oh, late night planning.
You know
Yeah, when they're all sleeping.
That's when you have your golden hour.
Definitely.
Yes.
And the funny thing about, they will go to bed early. You're like, I've got time. But I waste the time I have, and then it's too late. Oh, never mind, that's another story, but yeah. That's me.
Well, I have to delve into that next time then. Pop-up in Whitgift or a cozy networking experience?
Ooh. Pop-up, definitely.
Pop-up.
Oh, yeah.
You're the pop-up queen,
Oh,
aren't
man,
you?
I love it.
One thing that always brings your mojo back.
Mm. Wow, this one, I would say going back to me. Yeah. So I just have to, every time I think of the things I could do, then, yeah, I feel, because I'm still doing them anyway.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I feel
I
like,
like that.
I'm still attached to me. Yeah, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That you're not losing Noelle in
Yeah,
that.
no. If I lose me, it's okay. It's finished.
One Croydon spot that you associate with inspiration.
Croydon spot. I'll go over the markets. Surrey Street. I'm always there.
Love it.
Yeah,
Love
I just love the market.
Love it.
Yeah.
What's it? The energy, the people.
The people, and you can actually bargain to buy stuff.
Yeah.
I just love it. I feel like I'm back home. So
You're a haggler at heart.
oh yes.
Oh, I love that. What's 3 words that describe Businesswoman Circle?
Integrity, fun, opportunities.
Oh, integrity, fun, and opportunities. I love that. I love that.
Thank you.
What gives you hope about the future of Croydon?
I think it's the people, because some of the shops there are really, really, I'm inspired by them, because you could tell the footfall has declined, but they're still there. So like you're just holding on to maybe like the history.
Yeah.
Like I had this one particular lady that came to do my pop-up, and she said, oh, she used to work, she's 52 by the way. She said like her first job was in River Island when she was 16.
Wow.
She said it's just, I didn't think one day it would be like, it's not, the reverse
It's
role.
like full circle.
Exactly.
Yes.
And then to that, so you hear things that you're like, oh no, this cannot stop, you know?
Yes.
So yeah, stories like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the heritage.
Oh,
Absolutely.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. What's one final takeaway that you have for our viewers and listeners, Noelle?
For them, like, to support local businesses, because it's not easy. Like for some that are parent like myself, when it's like a market day, like tomorrow, I need to be up at 6. I'm there all day. So which means like, you're having to navigate all those kind of things.
Yeah.
And is not a shame, but I know like, market could be fickle, but it's nice when you're supported.
Yeah.
So just come and visit, or if you know someone who's starting, encourage them.
Yeah.
Because it could be like a lonely road, but with the support of the community, yeah, you
That's
can do
brilliant. That's absolutely brilliant. And how do people find you?
They can find me in Croydon.
They can find you in Croydon.
Anyway, just
yeah,
shout
they're all
Noelle,
week.
where is she? Yeah, so we are at the shopping centre with Gift and Central. So
Okay.
every first and last Saturday of every month. So yes, and then our website, www.businesswomencircle.com.
Okay.
And then on our social medias, on Insta, so we are Business Women Circle. And yeah.
Brilliant. Amazing. I've absolutely loved this conversation
thank you
with
so
you,
much.
Noelle. You are a force to be reckoned with. And I think what's really come through is the through line throughout this whole conversation is your energy, your passion, your enthusiasm for a borough that draws and brings together communities of women that wouldn't have possibly had an opportunity otherwise. And, you are literally using Croydon as your playground.
That's right.
And I love that. And I can't wait to see where you're going to take this, because I feel like this is only the start of the journey. And we wish you all the success.
Oh, thank you so much. This was nice.